Hello everyone, today I'm going to present to you about the persecuted church during the time 100 to 313 AD. Formation of anti-canon. The word canon is derived from the Greek kaon and originally signified a measuring staff or straight rule. In pre-Christian Greek, it also had the connotation of rule or standard by which a thing is measured. This usage occurs in the New Testament several times. By the times of Athanasius, the term canon was applied to the Bible both as the rule of faith and practice and as the body of inspired and authoritative truth. The formation of the New Testament canon. We have already seen that the New Testament writings were finished by the beginning of the 2nd century, but the establishment as the canon or rule of faith. Not all of books were accepted everywhere as inspired scripture like Hebrews, James, 2 Peter, and Revelation were accepted in the East, not West. Some accepted and read in the East, such as Shepherd of Hermas, the Epistle of Barnabas, the teaching of 12 apostles, and the Apocalypse of Peter. No praises they can be given for the full recognition of the New Testament as present, but it cannot be placed earlier than 300 AD. Anyone who reads the volume of the New Testament Apocrypha and compare its contents with our New Testament will see at once why these books were finally rejected from the canon. The rise of ecclesiasticism, the nature, structure, and concept of the church changed radically during these 2 centuries. The major changes occur in, first, the distinction between clergy and laity. Second, the development of episcopal system. Third, the transition of sacerdotalism and sacramentalism. Fourth, the emphasis upon Catholic unity. Growth of ecclesiastical. When St. Luke wrote the book of Acts and St. Paul wrote the Philippians to Timothy, the title Bishop and Elders. Act 15. About 50 AD, the council at Jerusalem was composed of the apostles and elders. After 150 AD, the councils were held and rules were made by bishops of only causes of change. First, loss of Apostle Peter and Paul. James, the lost brother, and John passed away. Second, growth of church made organization and discipline necessary, reaching to Parthia and border of India. 3. Persecutions as a common danger drew the church together, exercise and influence toward union and government. 4. Heretical. The rise of sects and heresies in the church made some standards of faith and some authority to enforce the absolutely necessary. 5. Analogy with empire. A noteworthy fact that during the entire period under consideration, no bishop claimed universal rule, a bishop above the bishop of the Rome later. Development of doctrine. The development of doctrine was another main feature of this period. Faith was of the heart in the apostolic age. A personal surrender of the will to Christ as Lord and King, a life according to His example, and as consequence the indwelling of His Spirit. But in the time we are now studying, faith progressively came to be of the mind and intellectual faith, trusting in a doctrinal structure that was hard and fast, instead of on the inner spiritual life. Emphasis was laid on right faith. The doctrine of creation. This also means that man has been created in the image and likeness of God, and as such bears a definite relationship and responsibility to God. He is to live in submission and obedience to divine revelation. He is to give the same meaning to everything that God has given to it, rather than attempt to superimpose his own meaning on anything in God's created universe. Development of the doctrine. The standards of Christian character were still high, and the Church embraced many saints, enriched by the Holy Spirit, but the doctrine was becoming more the test of Christianity. The Apostolic Creed, School of Theology. At that time, there is 3 great schools at Alexandria in Asia Minor in North Africa. First, School of Alexandria, founded about 180 AD by Panthenus. It was succeeded by Clement of Alexandria, living about 150 to 215 AD. Origen 185 to 254 AD. Second, School of Asia Minor. Irenaeus combined the skill of the evangelist with the skill of the finished writer. Later, he moved to Gaul, France, became a bishop, and passed away in 200 AD as Marcus. Third, School of North Africa. The two names Tertullian 160 to 220 AD and Bishop Cyprian 258 AD. Our source of first-hand knowledge about the Church, its life, its teaching, and its relationship to pagan world around it. During the centuries of persecution, the writings of these Christian scholars, as well as many others affiliated with them and influenced by them, have been invaluable. Questions. First, as doctrine developed, what was the effect of it to Christianity? Second, who are the great teachers of the 3 great schools of theology?